Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Christy, and this is our meal planning day. So I wanted to show you how I'm meal planning for 1 month to save money on my groceries. Now, if you have been following us for a few months now, you know that I recently started meal planning for 1 month at a time for our family of 3 adults. About 3 months ago, I did it as a challenge, and I liked it so much that I decided to continue doing it that way. And what I did those 3 months ago or 2 months ago, however long it was, is I showed how myself doing a refrigerator, freezer, and pantry inventory. The next month, this past month, at the beginning of September, I showed the spreadsheet that I use to make our meal plans. It's free, it's online, anybody can do it, and you can sync it to your smartphone so that you never forget your grocery list again. So last month when I did that, when I showed the spreadsheets, I showed that part of it, how I do all that, make my grocery list and my meal plans using the spreadsheet, but I didn't actually show myself picking meals. And so this time I thought I'll do that part of it. I'll show myself picking the meals. It won't be very long, I don't think, because we're carrying a lot of meals over from September. One of the reasons why is because they were slow cooker meals, and some of them were brand new to us, but we were doing that for Croctober, which if you look back last week, we shared a Croctober video, and next week we will share another one. Because we were doing that and we had new meals that we've never done before, I didn't know exactly how much as far as leftovers I was going to have. So some of the meals stretched a lot longer than I was giving them credit for. So I just pushed back meals, and so we pushed some of them back into October. Also, my husband works a flexible work schedule, so we flexible meal plan. And that basically just means that sometimes after I've made a meal plan, I find out, oh, he's going to work a night shift, or he might work till 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock tonight or something like that. And so on those nights, I do not cook. So I will just keep pushing meals back. And so I'm going to show you that really quick. After I show you that, I'm going to quickly cut the video, and I'm just going to take out all the meals that we have used and leave it with the ones that I haven't, and then I'll bring you back so that we can plan the whole month out together, okay? Okay, as you can see, I have my September monthly meal plan here. And in the first week, we have a line through all of those because we had them all. Week 2, we had all of them. Week 3, we got through half of the week. The chicken noodle soup is something that we will have tomorrow. And as I'm recording this, it's September 28th. So the chicken noodle soup will actually be eaten in September. I probably won't have it on September 30th. And I'll probably have it on for leftovers on October 1st. So I'm starting with that, and then I'm going to rearrange all these meals and the ones that are left. As you can see, we haven't gotten to any of the rest of these. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring you back as soon as I finish moving all that around, and then we'll finish planning out the rest of the month, okay? All right, we are back. As you can see, I rearranged the dates of the week, of each week, to make it start on Saturday. The month actually begins on Sunday, but we normally shop on Saturday, so I wanted it to run Saturday through Friday. I moved all the meals into position. We have a little space here where I didn't put anything. As you can see right there, that is because Joel and I will be on a trip, but our son will still be here. He might eat the leftovers of the low-carb taco soup. If not, I'll put it in the freezer. But he generally will cook himself something. So when I find out what he's going to eat while we're gone, I'll fill that in. But I won't be here cooking, so I'm not going to plan meals as if I were. So That is, he normally eats stuff like quesadillas and homemade pizzas, to be honest. Okay, so I've got all those meals, and it takes me down through the 3rd week, Sunday. See, I told you I had a lot left over. So we're going to start with the Monday of the 3rd week, and I'm going to go over here to my freezer inventory. A lot of people start talking about their pantry first, but I start talking about the freezer because I have things in my freezer that I can make without having to add anything to it. If you look down here, these are meals that are already complete. There. Taco rice casserole, that was something that I made in August, and you don't have to, but what you can do is make 2 at one time, and you put 1 in the freezer for later, and that's what I did. And then the sausage breakfast pie right below it, same thing. You make 1 and you freeze the other one. So both of those are completed meals with all the ingredients in it, and you just put it in your, like, you have to thaw it out, but then you just put it in your oven. So we're going to work those into our meal plan before we cook anything or buy anything, because that's the purpose of putting 1 there for later, right? All right, the cheesy chicken is one of the slow cooker meals that we shared in the video last week, one of the Croctober video meals, and it just made a lot. And I noticed that no one was eating it. Like, for the first 2 days they did, but they weren't wanting to eat it the 3rd day. So I said, okay, I'm gonna put it in the freezer, thaw it back out in October, and it'll be like eating it fresh again, because we'll have put some space in between eating it. So I'm gonna put those 3 meals into the meal plan before I do anything else. So let me see, what am I gonna do? Oh, right, I still have 1 pack of pulled pork that has already been cooked and everything. It just has to be thawed back out, and we usually add some barbecue sauce to it. And so we're gonna start with some pulled pork here, so I can use that last pack. I suspect we'll have leftovers of the pulled pork, and then we're gonna fill in with some cheesy chicken. There was lots of that. We will have leftovers again. Then for Friday, let's do that taco rice casserole. And Saturday is pretty much a fend for yourself night. Leftovers on Sunday. Monday, we'll do that sausage and breakfast pie. I really don't think we had leftovers when we made that at the time, so I'm not going to put it down just in case. I also have in my freezer inventory some chicken thighs. I have 3 chicken thighs in each pack, so I actually have 9 pieces, but they're separated into 3 different bags because there's 3 of us. So I think I'll plan one night of the chicken thighs. So, and we just put those in the oven with some potatoes and some broccoli or some veggies like that, and roast it all together on one sheet pan. So that's what I'll do for that. Let me see. Freezer inventory. Yeah, okay, so that's all the big meals that I have to work with that I already have. As you can see, I'm already into the middle of the 4th week, which means I just need to plan 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meals, or 6 nights worth of meals. And so, so that's my next step, is just to do that. And ideally, I'm going to use ground beef. I'm okay with buying chicken or even a whole chicken if I need to. I still have a lot of ground beef left. The -3 means that 3 of those packs of ground beef are already being claimed by a meal that was already planned. Same thing with this chicken here. This chicken already has been claimed by meals, so that means I don't really have any that's available for these 6 meals that I still need to plan. So let me look at my recipe list and see what I've got there. Oh wait, let me look one more time. The last thing I have planned is chicken, so, and I don't have any ground beef, so I'm going to look for something in the ground beef area of my list. I've got plenty of rice, and I haven't made Mexican beef and rice skillet in quite a while. So let's do that. Okay, we don't normally get very many leftovers off of Mexican beef and rice skillet, so I'm not going to plan anything for that. Let me look and see. I could do, yeah, I could do another whole chicken. I like to do that at least once a month, because when I make one, I then instead of buying a rotisserie chicken, I take the leftover chicken from the spatchcock chicken, which, by the way, if you're not familiar with that term, it just means you cut the backbone out of the back of the chicken and it will lay flat in your oven and then it cooks faster. But after we have that for dinner one night, we use the leftovers in soups or casseroles or, you know, any number of things like that, and it really spreads out, because what ends up happening is I usually get about 3 meals off of one chicken. So if I can get a chicken that's like $8, it might be a little more than a rotisserie chicken, but I'm getting 3 meals off of it, not just one, if that makes sense. Sometimes it's even more than 3, sometimes it's 4. It's really just depending on what recipe I choose. So speaking of which recipe to choose, let's see. Oh, I know. Chicken and wild rice soup. And the reason why is because it's Joel's absolute favorite. And we've already bought the wild rice from Aldi. We have a thing in our pantry of it. So I wouldn't have to buy that, and I wouldn't have to, I mean, I would already have bought the chicken so that I could make the spatchcock chicken, so I wouldn't have to buy separate chicken to make it. And the soup mix is there, and you just add a few more things like flour, stuff like that. So I think that's a really good idea to do that soup. And I want to say we have left, I think we have leftovers of that usually. And got 2 more days. Let's see, I haven't picked anything new off Pinterest. I did show how I do that last time, about how I search on Pinterest. But let me bring that up. Let me see. I am looking for something. New and maybe in the beef category. All right, let's look at that. 98 recipes using 1 pound. Well, that's really weird. The thumbnail says 98 recipes using 1 pound of ground beef, but then the there to the right, as you can see, it says 102 recipes. So I don't know. Somebody couldn't make up their mind, I guess. Nope, not lasagna. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, Joel won't eat meatloaf. Nope. He won't eat spaghetti squash. Keep looking. Okay, guys, I had to take a little pause on the recording because I was trying to get the search thing, and I don't think you can see it, but the little record thing was sitting right there in front of the little looking glass thing, magnifying glass. Anyway, the search thing. So I decided, you know what? I have a pound of rotini pasta and I have ground beef. If I searched for those two words together, maybe it would give me a recipe that was more specific that I would be able to find right away that I'd be able to use the rotini. So here I am. I found one that's called ground beef pasta. And there's your recipe right there. And I have almost all of this except tomato sauce, half and half, but we usually make our half and half from heavy whipping cream and almond milk, and you just put half almond milk, half heavy cream, and it's basically the same thing. But so I would have to buy some heavy whipping cream probably, but that's not a big deal. And because I use it for other stuff too. Cheddar cheese, I might have enough. And I've got two 8 ounces, so I've got a cup, so that I actually shouldn't need to buy that. And I have exactly a half a pound of rotini pasta. So this is gonna be perfect. Joel loves pasta dishes like this that have ground beef in it. I'm not a huge ground beef person, but you know, it helps him because his cardiologist told him that he needs to eat ground beef like once a week. So it helps him if I plan at least one a week, because he works in a chicken restaurant, so he's not getting ground beef there. This is the only place he'll get ground beef. So, and like I said on previous ones, when I'm looking at a recipe I've never done before, I go ahead and copy and paste the ingredients. There we go. I gotta clean all this out, but I always just basically bring my ingredients over. Oh, yeah, ground beef pasta. We will go with breakfast foods for the last day because we are working on doing a video with sausage gravy and homemade biscuits. And we're Southerners, we don't want to mess up the sausage gravy, so we want to make sure we have that right. So we're still testing out our recipes and making sure we have the best possible sausage gravy recipe to share with you. So that is all, the whole meal plan. Now I'm just going to go back, put in the ingredients, which I showed how to do that in the last video. I'll have it linked in the description. If you see those sides, I'm going to be doing a video probably early November. That will be sides that you could have for Thanksgiving dinner. And as you can see, I'm kind of leaning toward making sure they're on the healthier side. So feel good fall salad, a sweet potato and cauliflower mash, healthy sweet potato casserole, best roasted broccoli recipe. So I'm looking for healthy ones to put in the video. And so what I'm doing, because Joel's not really into eating a lot of those things, is I'm going to make them for my lunches and record them then so that I can have them up for you before Thanksgiving. So I'm going to end it for the moment right here, and I will be back with the finished ingredient list. So stay tuned. All right, guys, that is it. That is the meal plan. As you can see, the only thing I added in was that our son would have quesadillas while we're going on our trip. And so I added those ingredients in. And speaking of ingredients, here's our list of ingredients. Be sure to tune in. Next week, we're going to do another Croctober recipe video, but the week after is where we will actually show our grocery haul, us buying all these ingredients. We'll show you where we went to get the best prices. Hint, Aldi, Walmart, and Sam's Club. Anyway, which we are at Aldi right now, and we're going to go in there and get that. But come back again, make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss that Croctober video and then the grocery haul the next week. Okay.
All right, so drop us a comment below. Let us know how you meal plan. Do you do it bi-weekly? Do you do it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? How do you do that? Let us know how you do that and how it's working for you. We'd love to hear that in the comments below. But we're going to put another video right up here that you can click. After we say anything we always say, that's going to do it today. For the Long Run with Joel and Christy, I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
Don't forget the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.